virtual players meeting for Throw and Go. Today at our virtual players meeting we are going to be going over the rules for Throw and Go levels 1 and 2. I'm Jack Faley, I'm a member of Team UpDog. My wife Kat is going to be behind the camera and possibly shouting out some questions you might hear at a typical players meeting. So let's get started. Throw and Go is probably our most basic game. We know that disc is a basic game of fetch. And in this game, our dogs are going to be heading down the field, fetching the discs, and hopefully bringing them back to us. So, in Throw and Go, we have 60 seconds. The players may bring up to 2 discs out onto the field. And the object of the game is to get catches down the field. The further down the field you make it with your dog, the higher the point value of that catch. And you want to continue to rack up points for all 60 seconds of your round. Let's go through that a little bit more slowly. Here we go. Over here, we've got our UpDog player and our UpDog dog, Uppy, and 2 discs ready to play. So our human part of the team will give a thumbs up to the judge and or the timekeeper. You'll hear ready, set, go. On go, the dog may cross the line or the disc may cross the line. Prior to the G and go, human, dog, and both discs need to stay behind the line. So, ready, set, go. My dog starts heading down the field, and I throw a disc, and let's say I get a catch right here. This is going to count for 6 points. Notice the number values on our field here. Those are the point values for a catch down the field in that zone. So my dog got a 6-point catch. My dog's coming back with the disc. Okay. My dog drops the disc. Now I can pick up this disc and I can throw this disc, or I could throw this one. So as long as both discs are behind the line at the time that I make my throw, that's a valid throw. Now let's say that my dog caught it here, and they were messing around here, dropped the disc after they caught it, and my dog returned, but the disc is still out onto the field. I cannot throw this other disc until this disc gets back across the field. The human can go out and get it and bring it back, or the dog can go out and get it and bring it back. But both discs, if you choose to bring 2 discs, you don't have to bring 2 discs, you can bring just 1, but all of your discs must be behind the throwing line as you make your throw. There's going to be a judge on the throwing line watching to make sure that both of those discs are behind the line as you make a throw. Your feet also must be behind the line as you make the throw. The dog, once time has started, the dog can be anywhere on the field as you make your throw downfield. So I've already got a 6-point catch. Let's say that took me about 15 seconds. My dog returns. I throw another one. This time I'm trying to get further down the field, and the disc comes down here and it lands here, and my dog makes a catch right there. This catch is going to count for 5 points. It's further down the field, but you notice it's more towards the outside edges of the field. If you can keep your throws down the middle, this is called the bonus strip, you'll notice that as long as you make it past this first zone, your points are doubled in the bonus strip. So instead of 4, I'm getting 8. Instead of 3, I'm getting 6. 5 and 10, 6 and 12. So you want to try to keep it down the middle. Sometimes that can be a strategy. Maybe if you try to throw really far, maybe it's kind of going to fade out on you and outside of that bonus strip. But maybe your shorter throws you can keep down the middle. You got to kind of figure that out as you plan out your strategy for throw and go. Do I throw shorter and down the middle, or do I throw further and try to get that 12-pointer down the middle? Alright, so my dog made this catch. I come back. I'm ready to throw another one. Let's say I make this throw. My dog drops that frisbee, because remember they have to drop the frisbee. And I make another throw, and it kind of starts sailing out of bounds. My dog makes the catch, but my dog makes the catch right there. It's out of bounds. The ref is there to see it. It's out of bounds. That doesn't count. Okay, so no points for that, even if it's a catch. Now, real quick, just to clarify, if my dog would have caught it like this, with at least one paw in the zone or on the line. The line is your friend. The line is a dog's friend in UpDog. So as long as my dog catches it with at least one paw in the zone, that's going to count for my 4 points. Even this right there would be a legal catch because my dog's paws are on the line, so 4-point catch. Alright, I'm coming back. I've got maybe 10 seconds left. I want to try to get some big points. So I'm going to make a throw that hopefully is going to get me a catch and get me some points, but I'm also going to try to employ the sweet spot strategy. At the end of your round, you can decide whether you go for the passive or the active sweet spot. I'm going to show you the active sweet spot right now. So my dog's back. I've got about 5 seconds left after they drop the disc. I pick this disc up. I send my dog around. I hear the timer, 3, 2, 1. My dog's running down the field. Okay, and my dog's, let's say, all the way down here. 3, 2, 1. I gotta throw the disc before the tee and time. So 3, 2, 1, the disc is released. It's flying through the air. Time is called. So time has expired. But if you've ever watched any of these virtual players meetings, or you played UpDog, you probably know that a disc in flight, in the air, is live until it hits the earth, even if time has expired. So time's expired, this disc is flying through the air, and my dog makes a miraculous catch in the 10-point zone. I'm going to get 10 points for the catch, plus I'm going to get an additional 5 points bonus, sweet spot bonus. So for that catch, because my dog made the catch after the tee and time, and I threw it before the tee and time, I get the active sweet spot bonus. That catch is now actually going to be worth 15 points. It's a great way to get some big points at the end of your round. Okay? So that was the active sweet spot. Let's talk about the passive sweet spot. So the passive sweet spot, let's say my dog was returning with that disc, and I hear 3, 2, 1, and I know I'm not going to be able to get that throw off before the tee and time, because even if I threw this disc now, the throw wouldn't count. Anybody know why that throw wouldn't count?
Because both discs have to be behind the line.
Oh, great job, Kat. Okay, can you say that again? Sorry, I cut you off.
Both discs have to be behind the line when you throw.
Yes, so both of those discs have to be behind the line, and if my dog's just bringing this one back, I can't chuck that one out there. But I'm going to encourage my dog, hurry up, let's go, get across the line, because if I can get my dog and the disc across the line before the tee and time is expired, I can get the passive sweet spot bonus. The passive sweet spot bonus is human, dog, and both discs across the line before the tee and time. Okay, that gives me 5 points. I don't get any points for a catch because a catch didn't happen, but at least I can get that 5 points bonus. Okay. All right. Are there any questions about level 1?
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am. You in the back.
Can the dog be on the line and still get the passive sweet spot on the way back?
So yeah, remember that on the line is good. My dog, as soon as they cross the line, they are into this zone. So if they're kind of halfway in, halfway out, that would be across the line, and we would count that as the passive sweet spot bonus of 5 points. Great question, ma'am. Yes, another question. You in the front.
Yes, I'd like to know if I make a catch in zone 6 after time, will I get the active sweet spot bonus?
Oh, great question. I didn't go over that. So in order to get the sweet spot bonus, the active sweet spot bonus, your catch must be down the middle in the bonus strip, but the other added piece is it must be in the sweet spot, this zone right here, or further down the field. So it could be here, here, or here in order to get the sweet spot. A catch here, even though it's the bonus strip, would not give you that active sweet spot bonus. Great question. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
Yes, if my dog lands with partially in zone 8 and partially in zone 5, which one will they get?
Ooh, partially in zone 8 and partially in zone 5. So I'm looking at a catch maybe like this. My dog's running down the field. and they get that catch there.
Yes.
Is that what we're talking about?
Yes.
All right, so we've got a catch in zone 5 if all we were doing was looking at the disc. But there's a special rule that overrides other rules in the game of throw and go. And that is that the bonus strip, if the dog has any paw in the bonus strip, we're going to go with the bonus strip point value, not the outside edge point value. So in this case, the dog does have 2 paws in the bonus strip, and they have them in the 8 zone, not the 10 zone. So instead of getting a 5-point catch, that player is going to get an 8-point catch. Okay? If the catch was made here, that would be a 10-point catch because the paws are in the 10-point zone. The bonus strip overrides the leading edge of the disc rule that is in most of our other games. Great question. All right, any others? All right, well, let's do a real quick switcheroo here. So that was level 1, and that was the point values for level 1. Level 2 is played exactly the same, with exception of some point values. In level 2, we really want to have folks air it out, get the disc down the field. This game is called throw and go. We want our dogs to be going down the field and see if they can get those 30, 40 yard catches. So we're going to change some of the values for level 2. So in level 2, there's no bonus between 10 and 20 yards. So this right here is going to be worth 3 points. In order to get the bonus now, you're going to have to throw at least 20 yards down the field. And also, we want to reward our players for attempting to get to this last zone. So what happens here is we're going to change these values. If you can make it to the last zone in the bonus strip, you're going to get 15 points. Okay? And even if you don't make the bonus strip and your dog kind of catches it on the edges here, that's going to be worth 10 points. So we're really encouraging big throws in level 2, dogs running far down the field. Look at these point values right here for far down the field. This is where you want to be throwing in level 2 to maximize your points. Okay. Are there any questions about level 2 from our virtual audience?
Am I still allowed to have 2 discs in level 2?
Oh, good question. Yes, you are still allowed to have 2 discs in level 2. One question that I thought of, that I don't know, maybe you might have, is if your dog catches it out the back end of the field. So if your dog catches it over here out the back end of the field, if your dog has 2 paws in a zone or on the line, it's going to be counted in. But if your dog is completely out of the field as they make that catch, so it was a wild throw, went 55 yards, unfortunately a little bit too far, that's going to count for 0 points. So out the back end of the field gets you no points. So try to throw far down the field, but not too far, and out the end of the zones. Okay. Any other questions? All right, well, I hope that you enjoyed our virtual players meeting for Throw and Go. Get out there, practice with your dogs. We hope to see you at an UpDog event soon, and thank you for joining us at our virtual players meeting.